The first question, what are the 10 Commandments mainly about? It's a great question. What are the 10 Commandments mainly about? You know, it's interesting how the 10 Commandments have been removed from so many public places. They're considered offensive because they are a standard that puts in our face and reminds us that there's a standard beyond what we decided. There's a higher standard. Y'all know those 10 Commandments, no committee came up with those, right? Yeah, like God downloaded that stuff himself. And so these commands, they speak to us about a relationship with God. What are these commands about? They show us what a healthy relationship with God looks like. God, from our heart to his, as well as to humanity. But watch this. If I'm going to have a great relationship with him, I have to have a great relationship with them. And I'll never have a great relationship with them until I first have a great relationship with him. Most relationships this way are tore up because this way is tore up. Once this way works out, it's amazing how it starts to work this way. So most folks are not treating their neighbors wrong. They're first treating Jesus wrong. And if I get the Jesus thing right, it's amazing how the neighbor thing goes a little bit better. Now, there's a few neighbors that there's some exceptions. I get that. But I'm just saying. In fact, the 10 Commandments, we look at it, man, 10 of them. Are you kidding me? In Judaism, they have 613. Which one would you like? 10, 613, 10, 613. In fact, Jews will tell you that the 10 Commandments are just a synopsis of the 613 commands. They kind of boiled it all down for us to look at. And so here's what they're all about if you want to get to it. Basically, number one, there's two parts. Number one, they are principles for us to live our lives by. A principle, it's really important. Behind every command is a why. Have you noticed how the commands are written, thou shalt not, thou shalt not? Anybody else grow up finding out what you could not do? The church I was raised in, people asked me when I was a kid, what do y'all believe in? We don't do this, we don't do this, we don't do this. Or do you do anything? We breathe. Very shallow, but we do breathe. And don't smile too big because smiling is a sin. I mean, it was amazing, like kind of how, yeah, right? When we hear thou shalt not, the reason there's a thou shalt not is because on the back side of the don't do this is a principle based on thou shalt. Thou shalt not kill. Why? Because God is a God of life. Thou shalt not steal. Why? Because God is a giver. He's not a taker. The principle on the other side is what is substantiating the don't do this. God was just in the strictest, in the most plain way, letting us know these things are going to be problems in your relationship with me and others, so stay away from it. But the deeper idea is there's a principle of life-giving and joy and hope. He's not restricting you from something. He's keeping you from wrecking yourself, so you got to check yourself. Which leads to the second part. Number one, it's principles. Number two, the 10 Commandments are guardrails to keep you from derailing in life. Don't do this. Don't do that. Anybody ever struggle with the 10 Commandments? Look, some of y'all ain't going to raise your hand for nothing. Y'all just like, yeah, everyone put one hand in the air. Leave it right there. Leave it. Anybody ever struggle with the 10 Commandments? Okay, good. Me too. I'm just want to make sure we're on the same page there. Listen to what Matthew chapter 22 says this. Jesus spoke to this in Matthew 22, 36 through 40. Teacher, which is the greatest command in the law? These are guys asking Jesus, really trying to figure out what his mindset was on the word. And Jesus said to them, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. This is the great and first commandment. And a second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments depend all the law and the prophets. They asked Jesus, out of the 10 commandments, which one? He said real quickly, love God and love people. But you don't just love him and them. You better love yourself. Have a problem with that, don't we? Now, we don't love ourselves properly. We over-exaggerate our value and we're this and we're that. We esteem ourselves so amazing. And is that Bible? Because God said love me and others as you love yourself. Yes, there must be a base so that you don't walk in abuse and you live with a respect because you honor and love who you are. But the whole idea of that baseline is to give it to others. And I live it out. It's not what I get from others. Oh, we live so self-centered. We live so focused on me, me, me. I. Give me the camera. Give me the spot. Give me. We're so fighting for me that we forgot about the them and the we. And God's word is all about the we, not the me. In fact, throughout Jesus' culture, it was always us and ours, not me and mine. Even when Jesus was teaching the people how to pray, he said, our Father which art in heaven, not my Father, our Father. It's community. We do this together. We need each other. The person beside you right now, they probably have ugly shoes on, but you need them in your life. Don't look at your neighbor's shoes. Don't look at them. Look right this way. So it's us, it's we, it's our. The 10 Commandments are there for the principles of God and for the guardrails to make sure that we are protected and blessed in this life that we live.